Ever feel like job hunting's like a game? You know, one where you don't even know the rules and the goalposts just keep moving? Ugh, it's the worst.
Yeah, it can feel that way for sure.
But maybe, just maybe, RoleCatcher is the answer. At least that's what they claim. You've sent us a ton of info on their website, some career articles, the whole shebang, and seems like you're wondering if this whole AI-powered thing is legit.
Well, they're definitely on to something, right? I mean, so much of the application process these days is like totally automated. Before a human even lays eyes on your resume.algorithms, baby.
So forget charming recruiters with your killer cover letter. It's all about appeasing the robot overlords first.
Pretty much. And that's where RoleCatcher comes in. They're trying to give you the inside scoop on how to impress both the robots and the humans, leveling the playing field, so to speak.
Cracking the code. And they've got a whole arsenal of tools to do it. This jobs module thing caught my eye. It's basically like one-click saving for jobs from like all different job boards.
Consolidating everything in one place, organization is key.
Right. No more missing that dream job application because it got buried in your inbox somewhere. But it doesn't stop there. Oh no. RoleCatcher takes it up a notch with their CV and resume builder. AI powered, of course. No more staring at a blank page, right?
Exactly. It's like having a personal brand manager or something. But instead of picking out your outfit, it's optimizing your skills and experience to match what the algorithms and ultimately the hiring managers are looking for.
So it would actually help you get your foot in the door. Okay, I'm intrigued, but the interview prep module is what really blew my mind. Over 120,000 practice interview questions. 120,000! They're trying to make us all interview ninjas or something.
Well, practice makes perfect, as they say. The idea is to get you super comfortable, super prepared for whatever they throw at you. They even offer AI feedback on practice videos. Can you believe that?
Hold on. AI is analyzing my an awkward hand gesture. That's kind of creepy, right? But also kind of brilliant. Is it really helpful, though, or just a recipe for overthinking every little detail?
It's a slippery slope, a fine line between, useful feedback and feeling like you're being micromanaged by a robot. Definitely something to unpack further.
Okay, point taken. Don't want to lose sight of that human touch. But before we get too deep into the AI rabbit hole, what about this career compass thing? Sounds almost too good to be true. You just plug in your skills, your interests, and poof, instant dream career path, just like that.
It's not quite magic, though I wish it were that easy. Think of it more like a starting point. It helps you explore different paths and figure out what skills you need to be successful.
So not a crystal ball, but more like a flashlight, helping you navigate the jungle of career options.
Yeah, exactly. It sheds some light on what they call the skills gap. That space between where you are now and what employers are looking for. Once you see that gap, you can actually do something about it.
Makes sense. So instead of just blindly applying to anything that sounds kind of interesting, you can be like, all right, this is what I actually need to work on.
Right. It's all about being strategic, right? But let's get back to this whole AI thing, because that's what everyone's talking about these days.
Yeah, for sure. It's not just about like organizing your job search anymore or getting some career advice. They're saying this AI can like actually help you write your resume, your cover letter, even nail those interviews. It's like a secret weapon.
And call it Copilot AI. Catchy, right? And that seems to be where all the really advanced features are.
Yeah, like the whole AI-powered tailoring thing, it's a little wild when you think about it. Like, are we letting robots write our love letters to employers now?
It's more like, think of it as a collaboration. The AI is like this super-powered assistant, and it's crunching all this data, job descriptions, successful applications, all of it. And then it suggests stuff, improvements that maybe you wouldn't have thought of.
Okay, so not replacing human creativity entirely, but giving it a little boost. You know what this reminds me of? That Clothing Alteration Machinist career guide on their website. Super specific, right? But so detailed. Even had potential interview questions.
And that's the cool thing. RoleCatcher can be useful even for niche fields. It's all about personalization, standing out from the crowd. Especially in a world where everything's algorithms and like automated this and that.
Totally. Even if your dream job involves a sewing machine instead of a laptop, they've got you covered. But let's be real, this all sounds great, but what's the catch? How much does it cost? Because they do have a free version, but...
Yeah, you usually have to pay to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
The free version probably gives you the basics, but for the fancy AI stuff, you'll need to subscribe.
So it's like a test drive versus buying the whole car. But, I mean, if you're serious about your job search, maybe it's worth it.
Especially in this job market, right? It's an investment. Like any other tool, you have to weigh the costs and the benefits.
And in this case, the benefit could be, like, your dream career. So, yeah, high stakes. But it all comes down to, like, what works for you, right? If you're someone who loves data, loves being organized, and maybe even kind of digs the whole AI thing.
Then RoleCatcher might be a game changer.
But if you're, more of a free spirit, you like to do things your own way.
Then it might not be the right fit. And that's okay.
Exactly. Everyone's different. There's no magic formula for this job hunting thing.
But the fact that tools like this even exist tells you something, right? The job market's changing, and we need new ways to keep up.
It's like a whole new world out there. And maybe AI is the key to unlocking it. But with all this talk about algorithms and data, it's easy to forget.
That it's still about people.
Right. Because no matter how smart AI gets, it can't replace, like, actual human connection.
Nope, not even close.
So it's not like ditch your personality or, forget networking. It's more like using all the tools in your arsenal.
Right. You bring the human touch, RoleCatcher brings the data, and boom, you're unstoppable. Hopefully.
Okay, gotta love a good pep talk. But speaking of, all this AI magic, there's this whole other side we haven't really touched on, the ethics of it all. Like, what about bias? Could this actually make things less fair?
It's a huge question.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's no easy answer. AI is only as good as the data it's fed.
Right. So, like, bad data in, bias out.
Exactly. If the data's skewed, the AI is going to be skewed too. It's something to watch out for sure.
Definitely something to think about. Can't just blindly trust any shiny new tool, right? AI or otherwise. But okay, let's cut to the chase. Big question time. Is RoleCatcher worth it?
From what we've seen, it definitely has potential. Especially if you're someone who's, really into data, loves a good spreadsheet, that kind of thing.
The type who color codes their to-do list.
Exactly. But if that's not your style, if you prefer a more organic approach,
Yeah, more go with the flow.
then it might not be the best fit. And that's totally okay.
Exactly. To each their own, right?
100%. The important thing is to find what works for you. What makes you feel confident, ready to tackle this whole job hunting beast?
Because no matter what tools you're using, at the end of the day, it's still your journey, right?
Absolutely.
So whether you're Team RoleCatcher, Team Spreadsheet Ninja, or somewhere in between, hopefully this deep dive gave you some food for thought.
And maybe even a little bit of hope. Because finding a job shouldn't feel impossible.
Right. It shouldn't be a job in itself. So go out there, find the tools that work for you, and crush it.
Here.